Alright, to start off, you guys can either go to streamlabs.com or just Google Slobs, and it'll be your first link right here. From there, you're just going to go here to hit download Streamlabs, and then you'll save it to where you guys want to. Once you guys get Streamlabs downloaded, what you do at the bottom left above your settings wheel, you're going to hit login. So you can log in with your streaming platform that you'll be streaming to. They do provide a couple extra ones. We're going to go to Twitch. And then after that, you're going to type in your username and password. And then if you have an authenticator, you're going to type that in as well. And then authorize. Okay, once you guys go to settings and you're gonna go straight to output and go straight down to bitrate. So I normally have my bitrate set at 4,000. That's just based on what my internet speed is. I can go higher, I just choose not to give my viewers a great viewing experience. But all bitrate is, it tells you guys as broadcasters how many bits are in one unit of playback after the video and audio have been compressed into files. As an example, if I was playing Call of Duty on my PC, we know Call of Duty is a very graphically intensive game. At 1,000 bits per scene per second, if you will, if I do a quick swipe because I need to do a flick on a guy, it's going to look very, very pixelated. But if I boot it up to about 2,500, which is what I see most streamers at least affiliates anyway, it looks a little cleaner. But once you get up to that 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 range, you're going to notice that your stream's going to look a lot cleaner. And just to hit a little bit more on bitrate, the higher that your bitrate is, the increased quality or better quality is what your stream is going to be. In perspective, if your download speed, or your upload speed, I mean, is, let's say 3.5 megabytes, you want to set your bitrate at a max at about 2,500. You don't want your bitrate to be more than 75% of what your current upload speed is. So my presets, I keep my keyframe interval into seconds at 0. Just automatically do it. Once you guys get higher up in your viewers, you can actually kind of tool around with this because it's going to affect the quality of it. But base, I normally keep mine at 0 because depending on what my bit rate's at, it adjusts accordingly. Preset, I go to max quality. It doesn't, since I'm streaming off my card, I have a GTX 1070. It keeps it pretty well maintained. Profile, I keep it high. Preset is main, I'm pretty sure. I just keep mine on high. Turn look ahead off and keep that off. You do not want that on because that's just going to eat more resources up that you don't need. Max speed frame set at 2, graphics card set at 2. So video here. Base canvas resolution, that's just going to be scaling to your monitor size. I just keep mine at 1080 and that's my biggest monitor. Output scaled resolution, so this is what's going to be being sent out to your viewers. So you can either stream at 1080, which will again eat more resources, or do 1280 by 720. That's not as good as 1080, but it's going to look as clean as 1080 based on these settings. Downscale filter, you can kind of play around with this depending on if you're dropping any frames or not. I keep mine at 32 samples just so it looks cleaner. FPS type, I do common, and I keep my FPS value set at 60. Depending on what I'm playing, I'll drop it to 59.94. It doesn't make a difference, you don't notice a difference. This just eats up less resources. So hotkeys are a very interesting thing. I used hotkeys for the longest time prior to getting my Stream Deck. You just have to be careful with what you guys do if you set it. So like if you have a Corsair K95, I believe is what it is. I'm pretty sure you guys still have macros on those. That's what I use for the longest time to change scenes, start streaming, stop streaming, stuff like that. You can set those to any. You can use your number pad if you don't have hotkeys. So numpad 1, 2, 3, enter, so on and so forth. Something you guys can tool around with. It's very easy. Use what you guys are used to. Use what buttons you guys know you don't use, but use buttons that you know that you can use and remember to use during stream. And so now that we have all of our settings taken care of, we're going to start adding our scenes and sources. So scenes are just what specific setting that you guys are taking place in your stream. So if you're going to the bathroom, you can have like a BRB screen. If you're playing your game, you can have, I name mine main, just the visual aspect on my stream deck. But to add a scene, all you need to do is go to plus sign. We're gonna name ours main. There. And then for sources, so sources, what I do game capture instead of display capture. So I can go to game capture here, add source right here. And then let's say I'm playing League. This will be my League game. And then mode. And then I can capture any specific full screen application. So you can either have multiple games set for one game capture, or you can have it set to a specific window. So if you have League open already, you can just capture any specific window. And then we're gonna force scale ours to 720. We're done. And then after we add our game capture or display capture, either or works, you're gonna go back to your add new source, and you're gonna scroll, come down here, video capture device if you guys have a webcam. And then add source, video capture device, or webcam 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many cameras you have. Add source. It's gonna search for your device. This is the only cam I have hooked up at the moment. And then going to go to custom. I downscale mine to 720. Match my output FPS. Hit done. We're finished. And then the same thing goes for if you guys want or have overlays already. You guys can add a new source. And what I do, I add a browser source. So in this case, it's just gonna read straight from a file. We'll do overlay. We're gonna add source. And so I'm gonna read from a local file since mine are on my computer. I'm gonna browse. And then I have mine set in stream images currently. And we're gonna do here, files, overlay. I'm gonna blow this up for you guys, and boom. So now everyone will know who the past donation was. And again, the same applies for like camera overlays, game overlays, anything like that. That's just how you add it. I use mine directly from a source. And then the most crucial thing before I forget is going to be your widgets. So widgets, you guys can have follower goals, a tip ticker, a donation goal, a bit goal, chat box. You guys name it. You're gonna go to alert box, because that's when someone follows, that's going to be what they see. We're gonna add source, alert box, and so this is going to track all of this right here. You don't really need to change the width or height or anything like that. You can use a custom frame rate if you want. Hit done. And so I'm just going to go back to the last follow that I had, and there you go. That's what we see right there. And if you guys have any questions about your bitrate, your resolution for the games that you're playing, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.